Hey guys, welcome back to Dizzle in Motion, and today's video is just a quick follow-up on the National Transportation Freedom Act. As I've done a few videos on this already, I keep getting asked for more content. As it comes out, I'm gonna bring it to you, but I wanna make sure things are factual, organized, and there's actual progress instead of just spamming videos every day on it. So got a little bit of an update here. It seems that the senator that authored the bill, Moreno out of Ohio, has started really opening up and giving a lot more interviews. And so Spectrum News, which I'm going to share the short interview clip, couple minutes, that they posted with him, it really gets into his ideals. And so a couple takeaways. One, I had already said, and it's true by the way it's written, that this was not meant to be an attack on the electric vehicle. That's not, from my opinion and the way it reads, it's not an attack. They frame it in the news story like he's basically anti-EV, they're trying to get rid of it, but they do support it by saying such things as he wants to maintain the tax credits that exist for EVs and taper them off so that all the dealers and all the inventory that's already been manufactured doesn't go to waste, that there's no financial fallout from the production that's already occurred that was subsidized by the federal government. And that would allow for relaxation of the emission standards simultaneously without straight up just killing the EV market, right? So he brings that up. He talks about states not being exempt, California, New York, looking at you specifically. But without further ado, I'll show you the clip real quick. It's just a couple minutes from Spectrum News, and then I'll bring it back to my closing thoughts.
Unofficial car czar of the Senate is using his background running auto dealerships to shape policy. In this case, introducing legislation to end incentives for electric vehicles. He says it's in the best interest of consumers and automakers. Republicans have long supported ending the $7,500 tax credit to buy an electric vehicle, established in the Inflation Reduction Act, one of former President Joe Biden's signature laws.
The American public should be the one out there deciding, not the federal government. So that's one of those out there that should come off the table right off the bat.
Senator Bernie Moreno has become a key figure in Republicans' anti-EV agenda. He wants to get rid of the tax credit, but gradually, so auto dealers can sell their remaining inventory. He's also introducing a bill to repeal the Environmental Protection Agency's emission rule requiring 2/3 of all new cars to be electric by 2032. He says that would save automakers money, driving down prices.
My bill is about providing a consistent 10-year outlook on what the rules of the road are going to be without states like California or New York interfering in what the federal government is setting for a set of standards.
Moreno also supports President Donald Trump pulling the plug on a $7.5 billion federal initiative to install 500,000 EV chargers across the country by 2030. Ohio has already used the funds to build 19 stations, 1/3 of the 57 built nationwide. Moreno says he's not against building charging stations, but that the private sector should be the one to do it.
We want the marketplace to work. The federal government played exactly zero role in building gas stations. It shouldn't play a role in building EV charging stations because they always get it wrong.
Critics, though, say changing the country's direction on EVs will disadvantage American automakers against global competitors.
As long as we keep playing politics with energy and with transportation, well, that only makes it worse. Whereas other countries around the world, they're not doing that. They're seeing this as an opportunity to grow industry, to create jobs, and to have global dominance in a lot of different ways. And we're not doing that.
8% of auto sales in the U.S. are now EVs. Though eliminating the tax credit could make sales fall initially, industry analysts say the long-term shift to EVs will continue. In Washington, Harry Lee.
So there you have it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Senator Moreno kind of comments on it, and you can tell that it's kind of an aggressive exchange. He's no stranger to controversy. He's a huge Trump supporter and gotten into it on other hot button issues. This is probably actually one of the more calm subjects or topics that I've seen this individual associated with. And I don't do politic commentary. It's impossible to get away from it completely these days. But this one is kind of almost bipartisan, except for you have the people that just push for green energy at all costs on the left. So other than that, though, he's really just saying, hey, we need to win. We need to win in manufacturing. He goes on in other interviews to talk about bringing the chip production home, right? Microchip, computer chips, stuff like that. And Then, of course, there's the tariff war that's going on right now. Well, you know, China is probably, I mean, the United States is the biggest automotive market in the world, and China being the second, I would imagine. We can't really sell anything in China. It's highly specialized anyways, so we're not really losing anything there. Europe, I mean, sure, I'm sure it affects the profitability and the margins on our manufacturers, but I think if American car companies just made cars here and they made them efficient, but not to the point of hamstringing them to where they're wearing out too fast because of emissions restrictions, or too cost prohibitive because of all the attachments and smog checks and everything else, I think we could still win at home. I think we can, because most of our market is here, it's domestically, and we don't tariff ourselves, obviously. So I think there's a lot of benefits still as more details emerge with this. I'm glad he's speaking on it. I just want to see some movement, and I know a lot of you guys in the comments were ready to see some movement going on within, you know, the bill moving forward. So that's the latest. As more details emerge, more commentary is made by the senator on this thing, I will bring it to you guys. In the meantime, go ahead and roast in the bottom down in the comments whether you're excited about it, you don't think it's going to happen. There's been just a lot of back and forth, and I just love reading it, and I appreciate you guys all watching the video. Give it a like, subscribe if you want more content like this, and I'll catch you on the next one.